Welcome to Season 6 of the Offseason in the Minnesota State Mavericks Dynasty. We just came off of the most insane win of all time. I don't care what the ESPN thing says about the ESPN Classic. The circumstance and the way the game ended, that deserves to be number 1 of all time. It rated it as number 3. So I'll show you guys exactly what I mean here. My populating game list here. Minnesota State versus Miami's number 1. If you guys remember this game, that game's on YouTube as well, but this game's number 3. 66-64. And yeah. That one was a pickup game that I was doing with my friend. That's funny enough. That was a really good game as well. So that wasn't on YouTube, unfortunately. But yeah, that one was insane. That was insane. So anyway, with that being said, let's take a look at the end of the season stats for the Minnesota State Mavericks, as Aiden Cooper finished 5th in the NCAA in passing yards, and he's gonna be back for next season too. Aiden Cooper was also 59 yards short of 1,000 in the rushing totals. Henry Dillon, 48th in receiving. Jackson Lockwood, Marshawn Pryor, Jeremy Ross, and Robert Gilmore, each top 4 in tackles. Sack leaders, Logan Perry by a mile. Interception leaders, we have Pete Bowser at number 14. And kicking leaders, we have Ryan Jackson at 123rd. So let's take a look here at everything else. Tony Freeman did throw a pass, but it was only for a 39-yard completion down the field. But Aiden Cooper, 42 touchdowns to 6 interceptions on the season, proving that he is the Heisman candidate, and that he earned his way through the earned his way through the season. He balled out this year. We had Manny Freeman for 899 yards and 5 touchdowns. He missed a good portion of the season though, so I feel like if he would have played all the games, he would have gotten 1,000 easily. The way he was carrying the ball. Aiden Cooper had 12 rushing touchdowns on the season. Wozliak had 7 rushing touchdowns on the season on 82 carries for 357 yards. Dickerson had a couple of touchdowns on 11 carries for 57 yards. Davis had a touchdown, and Freeman also had a touchdown. All people who ran the ball this year each got a touchdown, so that's good. Henry Dillon, team leader in receiving yards, only had 3 touchdowns though on the year, which is really odd for a tight end in my dynasties. That's really odd to see in general. Alex Sanders had 12 touchdowns. Jaden Griffin had 11. Wiggins had 7. And they all had over 350 yards receiving as that bunch right there. We had 3 receivers over 600, which is really how you want to spread the ball around. That's what we really thrive on in this offense, is that we spread the ball around. There's not really 1 or 2 guys that take over the helm as the top receiver on the team, because it varies from year to year. Manny Freeman had a touchdown. Joe Cooper had 5 touchdowns. He had 18 catches for 225 yards. Joel Davis had a touchdown through the air. Wozliak had 11 catches for 90 yards, and Dennis Schroeder had 2 touchdowns on 4 catches on the year. So he had a really good year as well for a third-string tight end. The offensive line was really good this year. It's going to get better as the next years come to pass. We'll find that out later in the video. Tackle leaders, Jackson Lockwood, Marshawn Pryor, Jeremy Ross, and Robert Gilmore. Jackson Lewis was up there as well. Sack leaders, we had Logan Perry with 18 sacks. As a senior pass rusher, as a 72 overall. That is fantastic. Joshua Watson, 6 sacks as well. Jackson Lockwood had 5. Ross had 5. Pryor had 5. Landry had 4. So he's expected to be the big guy coming in next year, because of the fact that he is a sophomore and he's gonna shoot past Logan Perry's overall. Lucas Brown a 99 or 69 overall with 1 sack. Bowser with a sack. Bailey with a sack. Thompson with a sack. Gilmore all had sacks. Interceptions. Bowser led the team. Bailey, Bolden, Pryor, Gilmore, Nelson, Moore, Richardson. Derek Richardson, the redshirt freshman, didn't make a single tackle on the season, but he did make an interception. Lockwood had an interception. Lewis had an interception. And, very opportunistic defense. We all made big plays on the interceptions. Kicking wise, Ryan Jackson, I think, was perfect on the year. 14 for 14. But his longest field goal was only 36 yards. So it was kind of a chip shot game from that point on. We didn't try anything too dangerous for him in his freshman year. Tommy Love had 11 punts, averaging about almost 40 yards a punt in his freshman year, so it's just pretty good. His total yards minus yards return average, 31.1, which is actually solid. So he only gave up about 8 yards per return, which is, good in my book. His longest punt was 74 yards. I think that was the one that kind of bounced all the way to the end zone. Terrell Smith had a couple of kickoff returns for touchdowns. Wozliak had a big one returned for 68 yards. And these two guys here just kind of were victims of onside kicks, maybe. I know Ross, maybe not so much. Tyrell Smith also had a few good punt returns as well. He had averaged almost 20 yards a return on punts. That's really good. So those are our season stats with the team. And I don't know if any school records were broken this year. I know actually the sack record was broken. Brett Brown pretty much holds all the passing records at this point. I don't think those are going to be pretty hard to beat, though, honestly. Maybe the game ones will be more accomplishable as time moves on. But 517 passing yards is pretty hard to beat. Passing yards in the season. Aiden was about 700 yards short, but he's going to come back his senior season. He's going to be the main focal point of the offense. Jackson, we didn't have any receiving yards we didn't have any receiving records broken this year. But receiving yards in a season, that belongs to Travis Henry. And defensively, Logan Perry, 18 sacks. That's pretty hard to beat. We've had a couple of times where we've had the sacks record tied for a game, but never in a game. We've never had somebody get more than 3 interceptions in a career. That could possibly be beaten by Bowser or Bolden. I'm not 100% sure. Interceptions in a game is pretty hard. Although Donald Bailey did come close to that one. He tied that record. Interceptions in a season, I don't think we got any closer than like 7 or 8. Rushing, that's going to be pretty hard to beat because we have such turnover at running back. It's really hard to try and get that one established for any sort of, maybe the game ones are pretty obtainable. 293 yards in a game is pretty tough to beat, though. Tyrell Smith might have a chance of beating that next year, though, with him being in the starting role. So, with that being said, we'll check out the top 25 as we end off our season. I know we're number 1. That's really good. Navy finished out number 2. Oklahoma 3. Wisconsin 4. USF 5. Although I think they shouldn't have dropped lower than 4. Or 3, actually, because that was a hell of a game. Miami 6. Clemson 7. Auburn 8. Texas 9. California 10. LSU 11. Michigan 12. USC 13. Iowa 14. Virginia 15. Florida 16. Oregon 17. Ohio State 18. UCF 19. Florida State 20. Marshall 21. Georgia 22. Florida International 23. Washington State number 24. South Carolina number 25. Other receiving votes go to Utah State, Ole Miss, NC State, New Mexico, Georgia State, Arizona State, UTEP, Hawaii, and Florida Atlantic. Bunch of good squads in there too. As you guys have already seen from the last video, Aiden Cooper won the Heisman. All-Americans, we had a bunch. Championship contenders, we're not worried about that. Award winners, we saw that last video as well. And the national we saw the bowl results, we saw the games. So let's just move on to the off season. As going into season 7 already, we have only started this series in January, and we're already at season 7. Just an extraordinary year. I don't know if we could do something like this ever again. Simply because just of how magical and how lucky we got. It's going to be really tough to duplicate that. 69-14 overall. We finished the last 3 seasons with 4 combined losses. But now it gets tougher. Because not only did we win the national championship, but I did say when we win the national championship that we were going to move to the Big Ten. And that is a deal that I'm going to uphold because of the simple fact that we won a natty. So the simple fact that we won a natty, we're going to the Big Ten. No questions asked. So, and if we happen to win a natty in the Big Ten, then that just gives us a right to move to like independent or something and just play a bunch of ranked teams and probably get our asses kicked in every single one of them. Players leaving is going to be tough. Oh, we got a new offensive coordinator, but he's still good. Still good. Okay, so Mike Gundy got a job somewhere else. That's fine. That doesn't really bother me. Matt Rule. So we still have our defensive coordinator, Tim D-Rooter. And then we have our skill sets as well. So we're still fine. Mike Gundy may not be here anymore, but that's fine. We still got a maxed out coach on offense. So players leaving. Let's see. Playing time. He's gonna leave. That sucks. I kind of needed him too, because he's like a nice big guy who has a good hands too. I kind of wanted him. Dickerson, Ross, Jackson, Bolden, all graduating. Wozliak, Dillon, Gilmore, Perry, Lockwood, Freeman. Oh my God, Manny Freeman. He had a hell of a career. 3,400 or 246 career rushing yards. He had a heck of a career. Lewis, all gone. So we're missing 7 players over 80 overall due to graduation. That sucks. That really sucks. Logan Perry, who just broke the team's single season record in sacks, he's gone. That was his first year as a starter too. His only year as a starter. And he's gone. That's just crazy. And all these guys were redshirted too. So let's see where Mike Gundy went to. I'm interested to find that out. Where did Gundy go to? Let's go to M's. Gundy had to have gotten a job somewhere. Maybe as a head coach. Mark Stoops is the head coach at UAB. Interesting. Matt Kubiak, or Matt Kubik is offensive coordinator at Florida. Or U.S. South Florida, my bad. Where's Mike Gundy? West Virginia, really? Mike Gundy, the head coach at West Virginia now. That program could get turned around pretty damn quickly. I would be careful now. That's a good job for him. That's gonna be a great job. Because now last year, he's taken over a program that's kind of underachieved over the past couple seasons. They made a bowl appearance in 2018, but below 500 seasons in the past couple of seasons. So that's interesting. So next stage, transfer request. Let's see if we get anybody else to come in. Draft results. We didn't get anybody in the draft, unfortunately. That's unfortunate. Did we get any transfers? Nope. Well, on to the next one. Somebody call a waitress. Alright, recruiting. We have 2 recruits left to get, so we're going to put only stocks in 2 of them. So we got to go after James Sims. We're going to go about half of points here. I want to get after James Sims. He's got so much upside. He had a plus 11 in the scouting. When I scouted him, it was plus 11. So I really, would really love to get this guy. So I'm going to go 5,500 here. Or 50. Yeah, let's go 5,550. And then James Medlock. I don't think Utah's going to catch up, but you never know. Is it going to be 55-75? Let's go 56-25. $57.25. $57.50. $57.50 for each. I can't do math today. Okay, that's fine though. So we only need these 2. That's the only 2 we're gonna go after. Because obviously we can't go after these guys because they're kind of out of our reach. But as far as I'm concerned, this guy's pretty much a 2-star athlete. Finding a diamond in the rough. This guy's really good for a, you know, a 1-star recruit. And then James Medlock has a lot of upside as well. He plus 9, so I'm comfortable giving those 2 a chance. I love their upside, love it. So I'm gonna put all my stock into those 2. I'm pretty sure they're gonna sign because we got the lead for both of them. I can't see why they wouldn't come to Minnesota State. And it looks like we got both of them. That's good. That's really good. That's what I was hoping for. So let's just not. I know we're gonna be dead last in like when it comes to top recruiting classes, so I'm again not worried about it really. So like we're gonna be dead last. Oh, actually we're not dead last, huh? UNC Charlotte is, and they signed 3 3-star recruits. Okay. I mean that's fine with me. I'm gonna turn those 1-stars into 5-stars real freaking quick. I mean we got a couple of 2-stars. But like they're all defense. Like I was allowed to do that. That's fine. So we'll work with that. We'll do that. That's fine. We got those 2-stars basically because the defense needs to improve, and it still needed to improve. I'll tell you that much. So we're gonna go on to the next one. Especially since we're moving on to the Big Ten. Ooh, we need to improve that defense. So we've made a few position changes. Nothing at quarterback. We do have a fullback converted to running back. He actually improves overall. He went from like a 61 to a 63 in the running backs. So when I converted him to running back. So we have a combination of thunder and lightning right here between Smith and Tolbert. I'm going to put Fulton and Moses on red shirts. But Davis is still at fullback. We're going to have to put Burns. He's a 66. We might have to move Ernest somewhere else, actually. I don't know what we could do with him at this moment in time. What is his tackle ratings? He might actually be better on defense if that's the case. Tackle rate. Oh, that's piss poor. Okay, not happening. I might put him at running back too. I only need 2 fullbacks. But you know, it's funny. We got a bunch of Thunder guys. Fullbacks. I have a bunch of power backs in my backfield. We got a couple of defensive players that seem to be suited better on offense, so we're going to give them a shot on offense and see where that goes. Our receiving core is extremely thin, so we're going to have to recruit heavily on the receiving core this year. We have 4 tight ends in the works. It's going to have to be Schroeder and Cooper as the main guys this year. But Cooper has gotten better at catching the ball. His catch rating has certainly... Well, actually, Schroeder's got a better catch rating. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I know Cooper can have the tendency to drop the ball, but we'll see how that goes. I think it'll improve dramatically this year. Offensive linemen, we're looking pretty solid all around. We're going to see Marcus Stevens jump up to like a low to mid 80s come his senior season. Left end, Matt Johnson's going to be the man. Same with Kevin Landry. They're going to jump big time. Defensive tackles, we have Watson and Thompson also going to make major steps in their improvement in their skill levels. Brody Hanno, he's going to be a big force as far as being an outside linebacker. Marshawn Pryor is going to make some big steps forward. Kenyon Wright is going to be an interesting person to watch this year. Redshirt sophomore. I think he might jump up to the high 60s, maybe a low 70s. Depends on the training results. Pete Bowser, the secondary, these corners are going to be really good this year. We might see Pete Bowser jump up to the 80s. Bailey might jump up to the high 70s as well. So this group of corners right here is going to be really a tough bunch to mess with this year. We converted Derek Richardson from corner to free safety. I saw a major improvement on that as well. He may actually jump up into the low to mid 70s as well. Marvin Moore, the safety position is going to be a little bit weak this year. Matt Chandler is going to be a really good kicker for us to begin his career. Let's see his kicking power. I may have passed it. I'm not sure. Kicking power for him is 72 or 73. Accuracy 73. Ryan Jackson, he may actually improve on his. I don't know how well, but we'll find out here soon enough. Couple of punters as well. We're gonna find space for all these players as well. So let's get on to the training results and see where everything is going to lie, because that's going to be a big factor on depth chart and all that good stuff. We might actually break the 80s this year as far as overall, and at least offense at least. Aiden Cooper's a 90. I kind of expected that. He is a really good quarterback. He's actually probably the best quarterback we've had. He's probably the best player we've had. I think he's our first 90 overall in this dynasty. Tony Freeman's an 80. I can dig that. Brian Washington a 66. Justin Warren a 70. Tyrell Smith, he's gonna be our starting running back this year at 88 overall. Julian Ernest is a 63 overall, but he's not gonna be starting, I don't think. Or at least be taking reps. He's got a nice acceleration rating. His awareness is a little bit low, but Tyrell Smith might actually get that awareness rating up by the more he plays. Davis, heck of a fullback, actually. 84 overall. Receivers, all in the mid-70s or better, which is really good if you ask me. We have a pretty solid receiving core this year. Joe Cooper, 78 overall. We have Dennis Schroeder at 76. So we have a pretty good bunch of tight ends as well. They may be a little slow, but that's fine. Jonathan Henry is a 66 overall as a redshirt freshman. That's going to be key. He might actually be better than these two when it's all said and done. 75 overall lineman, 74 for Franz and Carable. We got a lot of good linemen. Holy, this is awesome. I like this bunch of offensive linemen. Johnson is a 70. Landry is 74. Watson and Thompson each 82 and 80 apiece. That's killer. Hano 70. Pryor 73. Kenyon Wright at 68. That's okay though. Bowser, Bailey, Nelson, and Stover all in the mid to high 70s. Richardson's a 71. Marvin Moore's a 69. That's fine though. That's fine. We'll adjust somehow. He'll get better with playing time. Ryan Jackson up to a 72. What's his kick power at? That's key. Kick power is up to a 77, but his kick accuracy is only up to a 68. Tommy Love up to a 69 punting. And wow, we got our first 90 overall in this dynasty. It comes in his senior season, but that's okay. Aiden Cooper might actually be an NFL prospect at this point. We don't know that for sure, though. I mean, only time will tell. A lot of our top skilled players are on offense, though. We got a couple on defense. That's honestly refreshing, especially in the defensive tackles, because that's going to really kind of force things up we're going to get a lot of pressure up the middle if that's the case. So a lot of mid 70s, and yeah, we got a lot of the players that we got are drastically improving, especially at our quarterback position. But then again, that's been our most successful position in the dynasty, as is most dynasties, but that's just how I think it is. At least the game thinks like that. So we got to cut some players now. How many do we have to cut? Like a lot? Yeah, 13. Pretty easy to do. Cummings will be nice. It's like a rotation of quarterbacks almost. I want to keep Webb. If I redshirt him, I might actually just, yeah, I might keep him and see what happens. I got to recruit tight ends heavily, though. A junior is a 63 overall. Ugh. Now he's a JUCO. He's got to go. I like Medlock. He's got upside. Don't cut Medlock. Curry's got to go. He's not very good. Right tackle. He could be redshirted. He does have some upside. Rogers. I'm not comfortable with that. Not a 52 overall. I'm okay with a 58, but not a 52. 55. Ricardo Guillory. He's got some upside to him, but is he worth keeping around? Got a freshman, redshirt freshman here, 67. Got a junior as well. Got a couple of juniors. We'll take a look at that later. 62 overall. Linebacker, we're going to keep him. Cobbs is what we're keeping. I like Irvin. He's got some speed at linebacker. That makes him dangerous. Seth Fulton. Not a big fan. He can be gone. Chip Morrison's got some upside. So does James Sims. I like him a lot. I have a kicker problem. Yeah, I recruited him, but he's got to go. He'll be redshirted. Justin Warren. I don't know about cutting him. I know he'll get like 1 year in, so I don't want to cut him. Webb doesn't really provide much upside. He doesn't have a lot of speed. I like Franz. Yeah, he'll get playing time in like a couple of seasons. Medlock I like. Yeah, he won't get playing time, unfortunately. Will he? I don't know. I'm not sure. He has upside. I don't want to cut him. Ricardo Guillory's got to go. All right, let's see here. Webb's the worst player on the team, though. He's got to go. I can't cut the guys necessarily because they're running backs, and I kind of would like to see what they develop into. My receiving core is thin. Right tackle. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, we're gonna cut David Thompson as well. We got a lot of offensive tackles that we could just recruit at a better time too. I like Cummings. I like Irvin. I like Morrison. Medlock has got some huge upside. Let's take a look at David Johnson. Doesn't have much upside. He is a D end. Is he right? Yeah. I'm gonna have to recruit heavy on this side too, I feel like. Free safety, what is that looking like? I have a lot of freshmen there. Not sold on Chip Morrison. James Sims just freaking carried his dead carcass out of the building. Andrew Pace. I feel like now that Brian Dukes has more upside than him, I don't think he needs to be around. Doesn't really provide much. Since Brian Dukes is going to be starting in for a season or two. Corners. We need to keep our corners though. There are a bunch of upperclassmen there. So we need to cut one more player. And I feel like, unfortunately, it has to be from a quarterback. I have 5 quarterbacks on the squad. I don't need that many. I will go with 4, but not 5. Brian Washington's got the weakest arm. Oh, no, that's not the weakest arm. Throw power. Who's got a noodle? See, Warren's got a noodle arm. I don't know. Considering he's a sophomore, a redshirt sophomore, he doesn't really provide much other than his speed. Because Aiden's got an 81 throw power. Freeman's got an 80. Washington's got a 78 already. Cummins has got a 76. Accuracy will develop over time. Warren's gone. I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair. I don't need quarterbacks with noodle arms. That's a tough one to cut, too. It's a tough cut, but it has to be done. It has to be done. All right, guys. So, with that being said, we are going to swap conferences. We're going to move to the Big Ten as requested. We're going to move to the Big Ten West. And then UMass will go independent as far as I'm concerned right now. That'll move the Mountain West back to its original form. Big Ten. We'll add one more Big Ten team just to balance things out. So that team. Independence. I mean, we could move UMass to the Big Ten and watch them suck it up. Because, I mean, we do have a couple of teams out there that could fit the mold just fine. They'd just be Big Ten East. Notre Dame deserves to be independent. UMass in the Big Ten. I mean, if Rutgers can be in the Big Ten, so can UMass. So we have 16 teams in the Big Ten. So that's pretty much a super conference at that point. We have Illinois, Iowa, MSU, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern, Purdue, and Wisconsin. And then on the other side, we have UMass, Rutgers, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, Indiana, and Maryland. All right, so let's take a look here at everything. Let's go start with the state of Minnesota. .62 overall punter. Actually, what I'm gonna do this a little differently this year. We're gonna go all states. .54 overall. He might actually have something. We don't need any more quarterbacks right now. Wide receivers is what we really need. I'll take a look at that one. The end. All right, let's take a look at some team needs. We need fullbacks, tight ends, wide receivers, center. Wide receiver, Jonathan Jackson, Jacob Gorman. Who's the, how's this guy? Oh my god, it's 40 is awful. We'll give this guy a shot, too. He's 40 slow, too. 4.7. That's slow. But he's a possession receiver, so he may have hands. He may be like a Jacob Jackson. This guy's got a 4.4, which isn't bad. So I'll take a look at him and see where it goes. If he happens to be better than I thought, then we'll give him a shot. 6'3", 278. Ooh, 54 overall. 4.62. 4.92. He's slow. .514. Oh my god, he is dog shit slow. 58. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Man, the tight ends are pretty thin picking this year. Go for a guy who's got a 4.72. Tight. Oh, fullbacks too. We need one. Fullback. Who's the fastest fullback out of the 1-stars? Dan Williams and Alex Schmidt, Al Jenkins, Antonio Bentley. All run about a 4.62. We can go after both Schmidt and Williams. Alright, defense. What do we need on defense? Oh, we need centers too. Shit. Yeah, because Marcus Stevens retires this year. That's key. Who benches the most out of a 1-star? Marcus Woods. Who squats the most out of the 1-stars? Some of these guys are squatting like 605. Holy fuck. Billy Newman. Okay, we're actually covering him, so that's good. We actually have him targeted. Defense. Defense. Middle linebacker. That's the only struggle position we have. And we might want to look at some corners. Middle linebacker. Who is the fastest middle linebacker? 4.48. But he's a JUCO. 4.64, 68 JUCO. Oh my god. Quit giving me freaking JUCOs. I don't want JUCOs. $49. Good lord. Okay. Who is the best 1-star recruit out of this core? Oh. We're looking pretty hard for these. 68 JUCO, 51, 49, 65 JUCO, 49 JUCO, 52, 63 JUCO, 59 JUCO, 50. 59 JUCO, 48, 48, 41. Yeah, these guys are terrible. Might have to settle on a JUCO. Who's the fastest one again? Kyle Tyler. Corners. Who's the fastest one-star recruit? Would love some speed over there. We got a guy who's a 49 overall. But he's got a 440. Or 4.40. He could probably keep up with a lot of them, but he probably can't cover. Like, he probably has terrible reads. .68 JUCO. 54. He's got a 4.64. 54 overall. Brad Osborne, Havelock, North Carolina. 54 overall. Take a look at him. Uh, 57. Oh, he's a JUCO. Is it a sophomore JUCO? No, he's a what the frick, dude? Who goes after these guys? All right. How many athletes are there that I can get for 1-stars? 1-star athlete. Ah, none. Are there any? I'll go after a couple 2-star athletes. I haven't gone after many athletes in this dynasty. Now that we're in the Big Ten, we might actually start playing. We might have to actually start playing ball with these guys. A free safety, a wideout that's really kind of crappy. I'll start looking locally here. This guy's not bad. This Todd Reese guy, not bad. He might actually be a gem. Who knows? Let's look in the state of Missouri. 1-star wideout. Not really sold on that corner. Or not that corner, the tackle. This corner might actually do something. I'm not sure. 52 overall outside linebacker. That's not bad. How? Oh my god, that guy's awful. Let's look at Michigan. 69 JUCO. 60 JUCO. Punter. JUCO. Not very good. Not bad. I'll take a look. This guy might actually be something. That guy, that Folks guy, that looks like a gem. Defensive tackle. Might actually, I'm gonna look at running back too. Just all across the country. I'm short on running backs. Like, I am starving for running backs right now. .53 power running back. 4.48. Oh wow, he's got some speed. 4.48. We'll give him a look. Another. This guy's listed as balanced, but I'm not sure. Power back runs a 4.6. .52, 57 JUCO, 59 JUCO. Oh, that's a 2-star. Never mind. Runs a 4.6, bench press 335, squats 200. Same with John O'Neill, 315 bench press, 200 squat. Runs a 4.62, and this guy runs a 4.6. All right, let's look in some others. Let's look in Canada and see what they got. Nothing. Alaska. They got 2-star athletes. They got a 4-star athlete. Holy crap! Watch out for Alaska, guys. They're on the up and up. Let's see what Iowa's got. They got a receiver I'm going after. They also got a possession receiver that actually looks decent. Fullback. A corner that's not very good. Kansas has nothing that I can go after. Let's look at North Dakota. They got a middle linebacker. It's not very good. Ohio has a bunch. 56 okay, we can take a look at that guy. That doesn't look like a bad prospect. That's at least for a, you know, a 1-star athlete. South Dakota. Nothing that I want. Wisconsin. This guy has something. Wow. Yikes, dude. Okay, let's look at Eric Marcus and John Jean. Wyoming. And then what else? What other states can we look at here? Let's take a look at Illinois. We haven't looked at Illinois yet. Jesse Robinson, balanced receiver, 4.7, 240. His bench press is weak. His squats also pretty weak. Oh wow. Okay. Andrew Allen, 5'11", 183. Bench press is 250. Squats 260. I'm taking a look at that guy. This guy's got some beef on him. Alright, let's go overall. I want to give that JUCO a chance because he does have a pretty high ceiling. And he does. 69 overall. I think I'll give him a chance. Fullback's a little less desirable. Yeah, this one's not that good. The fullbacks were not that great. Eric Marshall stayed about the same. Was he a JUCO? Yeah, he was a JUCO. But that's fine. He does have some pretty good carrying ability. He might actually be a running back. At 6'4", though, it's kind of hard to put him as such. He does have good speed. Billy Newman, offensive lineman. Good stuff, good stuff. Christian Thomas. Oh my goodness. There we go. We got ourselves a gem. Marquise Woods also lining up to be pretty good. Tim Gibbs, defensive end. It's okay. He had upside, not too much upside. Same with Tyson Hills. Yeah, not getting much. A little upside here and there. Oh, wow. Well, he has speed. That's something, I guess. Again, we have to redshirt some of these guys in order to get the best out of their potential. Ooh, Jordan Arnold. Ooh, he actually... Yeah. Michael Walker, tight end. Improvement, actually. 71 speed. So not the fastest tight end, but he does have great catching ability for a freshman. So he actually could turn into a gem. Joe Robinson. He has some decent speed. Decent catching ability for a 1-star recruit for 59 overall. Eric Marcus, 56 overall. Brad Osborne's that's John O'Neill, never mind. Brandon Mayer. We have no more points left. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Let's reorganize it here. Our best recruit right now is still Kyle Tyler, but Christian Thomas is a guy we're gonna go hard after. That offensive lineman, and then Eric Marshall still will be a guy to go after. He might be redshirted, but he'll at least have some size and at least a couple of years of experience before he gets onto the field. Jordan Arnold really impressed. Marquise Woods really impressed. I think that's what it was. Yeah, he impressed. A couple of the fullbacks. The fullbacks were really disappointing. But a lot of these guys in the high 50s, and like a lot of these guys are gonna get redshirted anyway, so it just gives them time to develop. Redshirt players. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty easy to figure out. I cannot redshirt Stevens. I can't. He's my starting center. William Cummings, redshirted. Tolbert and Ernest. Oh, these two are getting redshirted for sure. Tolbert might see some playing time actually. Just in case. Don't everybody redshirt here. Can't redshirt Cabral. Medlock's getting redshirted. Can't redshirt Stevens. Brad Austin's getting redshirted. Dave Daniels is getting redshirted. Irvin's getting redshirted. Copeland's getting redshirted. James Sims redshirted. Kick power. I want to see Jackson improve, but like I'll keep them both. So there's not as many red shirts. Tolbert's not going to get redshirted. Neither is Chandler. Yeah, it seems about right. Only two that aren't getting redshirted. I kind of need Tolbert and I kind of need Chandler. Because Chandler might be a good kickoff guy. And then Jackson will be good for field goals. Cooper's going to be starting. Tyrell Smith, obviously. Kelvin Wiggins, no, he's not being second string. Yeah, whoever has more upside. Yeah, I feel like Tolbert has more upside as far as what I want in a running back. Jonathan Henry, backup fullback. Although that's really not a position I'm too worried about. Tony Freeman is a 6th-string wide receiver. Okay. got a lot of offensive linemen that are just ready to go. Watson and Thompson are going to be nice up the middle. Richardson, Murray, we need fresh bodies out there. Jackson's gonna be good for kicks. 'Cause he's got the kicking. He's got the power. Chandler could be punting. Jaden Griffin on kickoffs. So this should be this should be fun. So our out-of-conference schedule this time around is going to be at home against Arizona State, at Virginia, and then at home against South Carolina. As far as I'm concerned right now. We have Michigan, at home against Michigan, at home against Nebraska, at Illinois, at home against Wisconsin, at Minnesota, at home against Iowa, at home against Northwestern, at UMass, at Purdue. So we have, let me check the games again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we need to change one of these to a road. So that's our schedule to start year 7 in the Big Ten. So we're not changing conference anymore because we've already reached the top of the mountain. If that makes sense, guys. We've already reached the top of the mountain, so we cannot reach the. This is where it ends. We're gonna stick to the Big Ten. We may go independent if that's it, but that's if we turn into like the UAB stuff. That's a year or two away. I feel like, and we're gonna lose quite a few games. I feel like this year we're not gonna go back to back, unfortunately, unless Aiden Cooper plays out of his freaking mind. So we got a bye week to start this year. Preseason polls. Wisconsin is number 1, Clemson 2, Oklahoma 3, USC 4, Auburn 5, Miami 6, Michigan 7, Texas 8, LSU 9, Ohio State 10. 11 through 20 is California, Florida, Navy, Georgia, Iowa, Oregon, South Carolina, Florida State, Virginia, and Ole Miss. 21 through 25 is Texas A&M, NC State, Penn State. Oh, we don't play them yet either. Arizona State and Notre Dame. Other notables, we have UCF, Stanford, USF, who we played last year in a national championship game. TCU, Washington State, where are we? Alabama's 31, Marshall's at 33, Rutgers at 34. Jesus. Michigan State 36. Minnesota State is at 38. 84. Wow, this offense is stacked. 84 on the offense, 70 defense, 84 on the offense. So I know what I'm going to do this year as far as play calling is concerned. This schedule is brutal. It is absolutely brutal. Florida International's at 40. Although they dropped a little bit offensively. We dropped a little bit defensively, actually. Well, it's probably because our safeties are weak as hell. So we're probably gonna get beat deep quite a few times this year if our corners aren't up to snuff. Our defense dropped significantly. Like I think it dropped from a 74 or 75 down to a 70. But our offense skyrocketed. It jumped up like a whole 7 points. Tennessee's at 41. Hawaii at 45. Northwestern at 52. Minnesota at 56. They may actually give us a run for their money this year, depending on their coaching situation, of course. Indiana at 64. Purdue at 72. Maryland at 83. Boise State at 84. Illinois 86. UAB at 92. Coastal Carolina at 80 or 94. Iowa State at 98. Wow, they have really dropped. UMass at 102. Washington at 109. Ouch. Oklahoma State at 112. They jumped up dramatically after that last year. That 1 year they were absolutely horrible. Worst team in college football is Tulane at 126. UNC Charlotte. Well, they couldn't get any worse than last year. I tell you that much. They were pretty bad last year. So conference outlook, where they got us listed in the West. They got us 3rd in the West. That's not bad. That is not bad. Although we're the worst rated team again. Well, actually we have the same rated offense as Iowa, which is really weird, and the same as Northwestern. In the Big Ten East, we have the same rated offense as Rutgers. We're better than Indiana and Maryland and UMass. Overall in the Big Ten, we're projected to finish 8th out of 16th, so right in the middle of the pack as the defending national champions too, as a matter of fact. I mean, considering that everything here, we have Wisconsin, we have Michigan, Ohio State, and Iowa, Penn State, Rutgers, and Michigan State, all have really respectable teams. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if we were at least like 5th. Heisman watch. Aiden Cooper looking to go back-to-back. We have Ryan Romero from Virginia. Oh, God, he's going to be a pain in the butt when we face him. Joel Baker. Ugh, don't remind me of that guy. PTSD already. Brian Schultz of Wisconsin. Oh, my goodness. This guy's going to give me a heck of a time. And then Michael Scott. So three of the top Heisman candidates are from the Big Ten, so I'm pretty happy about that. Preseason All-Americans. Aiden Cooper, Marshawn Pryor, Don Bailey, Tyrell Smith. Second team, Josh Watson, Pete Bowser. Hey, I'll take that. I will take that. And then we'll just do the first week of recruiting and then see where we go from there. We're going to have to compete for a lot of guys, though. Not scouted. We're going to have to scout a lot of these guys that we haven't done before. Holy! Jacob Gorman. He'll be something. Upside for Jonathan Jackson. Jason Hawk. Has some upside, but still... What's his height? 6'2", 211. His carrying ability is really good. He has running back tendencies, though. Lucas Tremblay, not what I wanted out of that one. Patrick Simmons has some upside. Andrew Allen kind of flatlined. Joel White, degressed. Dan Bates, digressed. And another digression. Marcus Mixon. 90. He has some speed. Not very good in man coverage, but decent zone coverage. Latimer has some upside. Has speed. Not a very good carrying ability, but he has a pretty good stiff arm. Not a bad catching ability either for a running back. Todd Reese. Not less than desirable speed. Could actually play some linebacker. That's not what I wanted. Oh, holy. No, get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Burn hit. Yeah, Joel Sanders is gone too. I can't. No, I can't be seen with you. So let's take a look at where everybody ranks now. I really love Jacob Gorman. That guy needs to be on my team. That guy needs to be on my team. He'll get tons of playing time under my system. He's already going to be a top receiver on this team. I can already tell you that for sure. I need this guy on my team. It's not even going to be close. I'll put 450 on him. I want that guy. Players with the most upside. Kyle Tyler has some upside. He has some pretty... I would say I would give him a shot here. Let's offer him a scholarship. He may sit a year. We don't know for sure. But I'll put 350 on him just in case. Christian Thomas. I think I really liked his upside too. I'm going to go 400 on him. Actually, I might go max on him. Eric Marshall. Has some upside. He has pretty good route running. Not great catching. But as a JUCO, I do see his potential. I'll give him a shot. Let's go 350. Jordan Arnold. I think I really liked him too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's good. He's good. He's definitely good. I need that guy too. Let's go 450. Marquise Woods. Yeah, he was another one of those guys who had high upside. Yeah. I like him a lot, actually. Let's go 450. Dan Williams. 5'11", 240. Has really good speed for a fullback. Not bad, actually. I might actually just continue to go for it. I might press my luck on him. Let's go 400. Let's offer him a scholarship, too. Billy Newman has some upside. I'll take the bait. Let's go 450 and a scholarship. And then Alex Schmidt. Actually has good catching ability. Let's go 450. I might actually have to increase some of these guys. And let's give him a scholar. Let's go 500 here. Eric Marshall should get a full 5. So should Gorman. Might go a full 5 on a lot of these guys. Tyson Hills has upside. I'm gonna put 100 on him right now. Joe Robinson. Does he have... He has upside, so he's... Actually, I kind of like him. Let's go 100. And offer both of these guys a scholarship. And that should work for now. So that's going to conclude the offseason, at least for this portion. I wanted to at least get the first game on here so you guys could see that. And get ready for number 24, Arizona State. And now we're in the Big Ten. We're playing with the big boys now. There's no turning back. No turning back. We might actually have to start recruiting for some big guys too. I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna lose some games. Like I'm telling you, we're gonna lose some games this year. There's no way we're going back to back. The offense has definitely improved, but the defense actually regressed, and I might have to come up with some strategies at least to keep us at least a ranked team. I would like to stay ranked. That's the goal. So I don't know. It's gonna be kind of hard. Current target's 35. Who else did we add? Yeah, he's kind of bad. And he's also kind of bad. You know what, though? I might actually go after Brian. Well, yeah. What was it? Brian Andrews? Well, we have leads here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. After 1 week, we got leads on the guy, or we're catching up on the guys we need to catch up on. Ooh, actually, I want Michael Walker. Todd Reese. Was he good? Not really. I want Michael Walker, though. That's one person I need to go after. A 3-star recruit that kind of just disappoints. Same with this outside linebacker. He kind of disappoints. Actually, I'm going to go 350 here. I'm going to go 500 here. Anybody play in week 1? Auburn beat Ball State. Whoa, whoop-de-doo. Other than that, nobody played. Okay. Alright, so we're going to start Season 7 as the defending national champions. And now we have moved to the Big Ten. And this is going to be a wild, wild ride. As Kirk Herbstreit has Arizona State winning this game. We'll see. Arizona State has a pretty good team. But that concludes Season 6 of the offseason. Going into Season 7. Now we're in the Big Ten. Now we have to really prove that we belong. And to prove that last year wasn't just a fluke. Because I feel like some of it was. But if you guys enjoyed, drop a like. And if you're new, subscribe for more content like this. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.